The coffee was still warm. Break time. Trifty Sesame had sensed 3 cars, nobody home. 3 women, gone without explanation. The midnight paradigm. 3 cars, 3 women, every car still there. The door was open. Dogs paced inside unharmed. Cigarettes stubbed out. Iced tea still cold. No blood, no visible struggle, no note. The porch globe shattered. Glass whipped aside. Someone deliberately cleaned that porch before leaving. Here at the Midnight Paradigm, we examine the evidence. We don't retell crimes. We re-examine what the investigation missed. The Springfield Three, what the record actually shows. June 6, 1992, Kickapoo High School. Graduation day. Suzie Streeter had graduated a year earlier. She was there for Stacy, her closest friend. Sherill Levitt had raised Suzie in this house. Her dogs knew every neighbor on Delmar Street. That evening, there was nothing unusual. Nothing at all. The graduation party ran until the early morning hours. Plans changed. The girls drove to Suzie's house instead. The last confirmed sighting arriving at East Delmar Street. Witnesses at the party confirmed the girls left together. According to investigators, no one reported anything amiss that night. The next morning was ordinary in every way but one. Stacy's parents drove to Delmar Street to pick her up. They found the front door open. Not unusual at first. They called out. The house gave nothing back. They assumed the girls had stayed up late. They waited. 3 hours passed before anyone called the police. In that window, the case was already compromised. Springfield police arrived to a scene already contaminated. The house was not immediately treated as a crime scene. The Springfield News Leader's 2022 investigation confirmed this decision haunted everything. What we know, neighbors walked through, family members touched surfaces. Every surface touched meant evidence destroyed forever. Initial voluntary departure classification proved catastrophically wrong. 3 cars, all belongings, classified voluntary anyway. The investigation had effectively failed before properly beginning. Family entered. Neighbors came through. Hours passed. Police arrived to an already contaminated scene. The porch walked through, the ashtray handled. Whatever fingerprint existed in this first hours was gone. This is a case that was lost at the start. The porch globe. This detail does not fit voluntary departure. The night before, the globe was intact. Witnesses confirmed it. By morning, shattered, pieces swept to one side. Random breaks scatter. Deliberate cleanup sweeps carefully. Someone broke that globe, and then cleaned it up. The globe was never analyzed for fingerprints. In our assessment, a missed opportunity beyond recovery. The dogs, 3 of them, unharmed, undisturbed throughout. Dogs respond to forcible entry. These did not. Either someone those dogs knew entered, or they were controlled. Neither possibility is reassuring. Neither has been definitively answered. Now this case takes a turn nobody expected. 9 years after the disappearance, a phone call arrived. From a Florida state prison, a convicted murderer. Cox was serving time for killing Sharon Zellers. Cox told them, "I know where those girls are." He said nothing more that was actionable. Cox was incarcerated in Florida in June 1992. He could not have been in Springfield on June 7. Perhaps an accomplice, someone who informed him afterward. Cox passed a polygraph examination denying direct involvement. We should be clear, polygraphs are not admissible evidence. No deception detected means absence of stress, not truth. A Florida murderer said he knew where they were. He passed every polygraph administered, never once charged. His exact words, "I know where those girls are." He refused specifics. The law had nothing more. Investigators questioned Cox for over 2 decades. Cox died in prison, 2022. No confession. Whatever Cox knew died inside that Florida prison. Was he the only person who knew anything? The searches. Over 3 decades, investigators excavated properties. Ground-penetrating radar. More than a dozen sites in Springfield. All sites negative. Not a trace found anywhere. Reading the case file transcript forced us to reconsider. By 2022, Springfield PD had received 10,000 tips, 10,000 leads, 0 charges, 0 bodies. In 2022, updated DNA technology processed 1,992 evidence. Original trace evidence had been preserved for 30 years. The 2022 DNA review results remain publicly undisclosed. This is an honest limit. We do not know. The evidence survived. The technology is dramatically improved. Forensic genealogy has identified perpetrators from 1,960's trace evidence. Modern genealogy can follow viable DNA branch by branch. The question is whether the 1,992 collection was thorough enough. Collection was limited by the delayed crime scene designation. The man seen on Delmar Street, never identified. Witnesses described him as unknown to the neighborhood. Cox was incarcerated. That figure remains a separate thread. This is the case's most persistently overlooked element. An unidentified man near the scene that morning. Never identified. The case file says still pending. The FBI's cold case units periodically review this file. The FBI database entry reads open, active investigation. Active means not abandoned. Does not mean close. No Missouri cold cases consume more department resources. And still 3 women, 33 years, no answer. The Charlie Project maintains the entry, updated as of 2025. The Missouri State Highway Patrol cold case files remain open. What does the evidence actually suggest about what happened? The swept porch globe, someone avoided leaving evidence behind. The undisturbed dogs, someone known entered, or controlled them. All belongings left. 3 women did not choose to leave. No blood either controlled departure or the crime happened elsewhere. We cannot know what happened in those final hours. Any narrator filling that silence with certainty is lying. What remains a question that outlasted anyone who knew. The systemic dimension Springfield Three is not an isolated failure, and 1,992 adult missing persons were classified voluntary, automatically. That voluntary departure presumption delayed hundreds of investigations that decade. That presumption has since been revised in most jurisdictions' protocols. But for the Springfield Three, that revision came too late. Sherill Levitt. She was 47, a mother, a homeowner. She had made her home one where friends gathered. Suzie Streeter, 19 years old, a whole life ahead. Stacy McCall, 18. She had graduated that very day. Graduation is the last ordinary day. What followed was not. The Charlie Project entry lists all 3 as presumed deceased. Presumed is the operative word. Without bodies, probability only. Springfield police have never closed this case. That matters. An open case means new evidence can still matter. Genealogy has resolved cases with less preserved material. We are not speculating this case will be solved. The conditions for resolution remain technically open as of 2025. The families of Suzie, Stacy, and Sherill still wait. There is no closure available, only the case staying open. The Springfield Three. 3 women, 1 house, 1 ordinary night. The coffee was still warm when they found nothing. Somewhere, someone has known the answer for 33 years. What does it mean to carry knowledge 3 decades? That is ultimately what this case asks of us. But who is chosen year after year? Not to say. Springfield police ask, if you know anything, call now. The Case File podcast documented this case in full detail. The News Leader's 2022 anniversary investigation remains most thorough available. People Magazine's 2001 investigation recorded the Cox interview directly. All sources are publicly available. Nothing here has been fabricated. The record shows some things and omits others. 3 women, last seen arriving at 2 a.m., June 7. Never found. Never explained. Officially classified as a presumed homicide, the Springfield Three tested what investigation can and cannot achieve. In 2024-2025, updated genealogy resources were formally applied. As of this episode's publication, no results announced publicly. The coffee was still warm. Nobody knows what followed. Information about Springfield 3, Springfield PD non-emergency, 417-864-1000, The Midnight Paradigm. Every Friday, one cold case examined. Full investigation and source links pinned in the comments.